Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Working Progress. We have a very special guest tonight, Georgie Rivera, up and coming 508 artist, good friend of DeMarr. As always, we are brought to you by Emily's Interiors, Platt's Landscaping, and you guys, we're about to have a great night. So thank you for tuning in.
Yes, sir. Welcome, my G. We've been waiting for this one, man. I'm highly anticipating this interview, man. I'm highly anticipating.
In the building, we here with DeMarr Langford, the living legend.
This is about you right now, though. This is what's crazy. This interview is about you. So tell the people your name, and if you have an alias, a stage name, so you could tell them either one, tell them both, however you choose to do it.
Yeah, my name is VOG, the voice of God. Georgie Rivera is my real name, but voice of God is what I go by.
Dope. So boom, that leads me right into my next. That's a great segue for the next question. So obviously, voice of God, it speaks for itself, right? But how and who helped you come up with that? Was it something you came up with, or was it a group thing, or was it just one day you just had an epiphany, like this is me?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that you put it like that. It was really just me in the stages of developing myself as an artist through the years, just trying to figure out what my name was going to be. I was doing my initials for a while, GR, and just one day it hit me. I was like, what would sound good? What's it different? Just sitting there thinking, chilling in my car, freestyling or something, you know what I mean? But I just remember it hit me, bam. Voice of God. As soon as I said VOG, I was like, hold on, that sounds good. Like the OG. I gotta give all these people knowledge out here,
Yeah. Yo, that is ill, because you think about it, man. We speak through God all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? So in your music is that, and we're gonna get into it. This interview is this podcast is about music, but without your story, there is no music to it. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get into your life story, and it's deeper than music, and it's bigger than music. But we're gonna get into your life story. So I can't wait. But voice of God, huh? So would you put yourself, as far as a genre, would you put yourself in a certain genre of music, or what? Like, obviously, go ahead.
I would say, honestly, I could do a lot of different flows. I'm very versatile. Most of the good stuff that I've recorded has been rap, but I've got some Spanish flows. I got a lot of real hardcore hip hop flows, but I'm starting to dip into the singing. You can see it on the God's Timing EP. It's a lot of bars in there, but it's a lot of melodies. It's a lot of just vibrations. Just wanted to kind of take people on a roller coaster with that one, It's my coming out party, for me.
I love it, bro. I love it. So I'm gonna rewind a little bit and get back to the basics of the questions. Question wise, where you from?
Well, I'm from Southbridge, Mass. I got to represent where I'm from, man. I'm from the 508. That's where I was born and raised. The Bridge, that's how we known out here. It's a little suburb type place out here outside of Worcester, Mass. My family's from Puerto Rico. We derive from Orocovis, Puerto Rico. It's called the heart of the island for a reason. It's smack dab right in the middle of the island. Coincidentally, my mom and dad met in Southbridge, but they're both from the same town out there. So
that's crazy.
It's pretty cool.
That's crazy. That's a crazy story.
It's crazy. I'm telling you, I was meant to be here.
Absolutely, yeah. So wasn't we all? But you just got the voice of God with you, though. That's the difference. That's the difference.
I told you, what it's meant to be, it just hits different, bro. People will see. People will see eventually. Absolutely. I think I got to make way more of a mark for the majority of my influence to come. But we got to start somewhere.
Dope. So before we get into your personal and tell your story, because this is the music podcast, and we do want to touch on the music first, but I definitely want to get into your story, because we've talked behind the scenes, man, and I'm very interested. I'm intrigued, and I think our stories are very similar in a sense. So I'm excited about that. But how about, so your music, boom, boom, boom. If you could, who influenced your style, if anybody? Obviously God. I'm gonna go straight there with it, so you don't have to say that, because that
for
that
sure.
goes without saying. But is there any
Sure.
artist or whatever you would say influenced your style, or made you
Oh, yeah.
want to make music?
Oh yeah, one artist in particular is always gonna be. I love Tupac Shakur, man. I feel like I
Rest in
live.
peace.
Rest in peace, Pi. I live and breathe like
Wow.
what he meant to this world. You know what I mean? We was born on the same day. I always tell people that. It's like, I don't know.
Wow.
Ever since I was a youngin', I like always
That's
had this like something pulling me towards Pac. And like as I got older, I started to see, okay, it might be because I'm just artistic, you know, I'm creative and I have a really good um reasoning behind what I'm doing. I'm not trying to make $1 million just to, you know, go buy a Bentley or something. Nah, I'm trying to show these kids out here, yo, you could really do what you put your mind to. Look at what the
love
Langfords
it.
is doing out here.
Love it.
Look at what the Langfords is doing out here. We got
Love it.
two of them
I
on the
love it.
starting
And,
lineup
and
at BC. What?
and honestly, bro, what you just said resonates with me, man, because, and I've been talking about it more lately, like it's for the youngins, like for them to see, like around here, yo, you can do it, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's not I mean, there is, but there's very few around here compared to, New York, California. They got a lot of people around them where it's like, wow, this is attainable for me. Like I can go get this because look at that person, he's from here. And that's what it's about right now out here. And that hits home for me way more because my boys are setting the standard for around here. Like, wow, I can actually do that. And now you're gonna have other youngins coming up after them who looked up to them who are actually going to do it and maybe do more. And it's like, building a foundation. So I respect that, bro. Let me see.
It's a
So you
cycle,
want
man.
to
It's
consider
like,
yourself. Go ahead.
nah, it's a cycle, what you just touched on, you know, like
Facts.
we're just setting our mark just for someone else to come and beat it one day. You know what I mean? At the end
Facts.
of the day, time's gonna come, time's gonna keep moving. It's
Facts.
all about the example you want to set. And if you really think about it, me being a grown 27-year-old man, I
Mm-hmm.
get inspiration from your boys who are 7, 8, 9 years younger than me out here
Yo,
really grinding, showing
yo,
these grown men out here,
look at
yo,
that.
you
Look at
could really
that.
do it.
I love it.
I love it. I love it. I gain inspiration from a lot of people out here that, on a wide scale,
Mm-hmm.
somebody in the mainstream world probably would look at it and be like, they're not doing much, but there's a little something happening out here, and you can
There
feel it.
is.
You feel
There
it in the
is.
energy.
It's
The
coming. It's coming.
508 specifically. That's what I'm
It,
speaking on. The 508,
I
Worcester,
agree.
Southbridge, Grafton.
I agree.
This area, Auburn, is just.
Well, it's long overdue, in my opinion.
I
Like, you
agree.
know what I mean? Like there was things that happened, and this, from the music standpoint, like the Mecca, like New York, things started out there, and boom, 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 and then Cali, and they had their run, and then down south, they're still kind of getting to it. Miami is popping right now with music. Like everybody music pretty much right now coming out is Miami, right?
Yep.
It's all
Shout
about
out my
them.
guy
Like,
Bones. My guy Bones is out in Miami killing it
okay,
right
shout
now.
out Bones, shout out Bones. So they all had
That's
their run. They all had their run, and it's overdue, man. It's time. I was saying this about years back when I was really grinding with music. It's like I'm like it's time right now, and it just wasn't that time then. But I feel like the time is right now,
right now.
and you're right in the mix of it. So salute to you, and you know what I mean. I hope you grab the steering wheel and take us to the next level, take us to the promised land, man. But you want to consider, absolutely, it's gonna happen. I feel it. I love your spirit, bro. So how about you wouldn't consider yourself gospel music, would you?
Nah, I wouldn't consider myself gospel. I really don't. I don't put myself in a box.
Gotcha.
one of my really good friends, and I call him a friend because I really got genuine love for him. His name's Jafet. He does music
Ah,
out here. He does music out here. He's fire. He's
we
fire, man.
we've spoken, and
Yeah,
we
yeah.
might be doing an interview soon, so he might be
Oh,
talking
that's
about
my
you
man's,
next maybe.
man. That's
Okay,
my man's. He's
okay,
a great dude. And
yes,
one day, you know, I was talking to him about artistry, and he was just telling me how it's important to have that duality as an artist. Like you got to understand that this
right,
music is your canvas, and you're painting a picture for people at the end of the day.
thanks.
So it's okay to love God and
Express
use
yourself.
use this platform to express yourself. I'm using it in a whole different way. I'm just trying to
Love it.
get so many eyes on it that people are just influenced by looking at it like, oh man,
I
you know,
love it.
as much as I like the chains and stuff, this
Yeah.
is kind of cool too. You know what I mean?
Right. So how about your personal story, man? You got a very interesting personal life and where you came from and how about your upbringing? How was your upbringing and if there any struggles that made you
Oh
really get get to the voice of God in that name?
Oh
And
yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah. I got a beautiful testimony. I call it a testimony because that's how you
love
say
it,
it in Spanish.
love
It's
it.
a testimonio, like what your life story is, you know? And I've been through a lot as far as my parents go, as far as family goes, you know. It's a lot of things that have happened to me in my life personally that I can say a lot of people have gone through, that they can probably relate to and maybe even just feel through the
Right,
6 songs that I posted so far. You know,
right.
I went through a lot, a lot. You know, we went through struggle. My mom, she was basically the first generation that was man enough to come out here from Puerto Rico. You know, it was hard out there. She was a single mom, and she came with my brother and sister. She ended up having me out here, and been in Southbridge the whole time, 508 the whole time. You know, we
Sure.
started off. I got a line in my song "Forgiveness" that goes. Um, Selling beers about the fridge made the hustle real. And that's a real line. Like my mom used to buy 30 racks of Bud
Wow.
Lights and go and sell them by the dollar and make a
Wow.
profit like that. You know, I remember looking out the window one day. She woke me up. She brought me to the window. She's, oh, look outside. And it was a brand new Ford Explorer that she got off of her hustle. You know what I
Hustle.
mean? So my
Wow.
mom, my mom was always a hustler, always with her either a
Love it.
9 to 5, 12-hour job if she had to, you know, she always made sure to take care of me because my dad wasn't there, you know, like a
Right.
lot of people can relate to
Right.
in this world, unfortunately. But guys like me and you are out here really trying
You
to do
broke
it
that. You
different.
broke that. You broke
Go
that
ahead.
cycle, and we're gonna get into that because
Yeah,
you're a solid stand-up dude,
we're getting
father-wise,
there.
and
We're getting
and
there.
just personally by getting to know you. But father-wise, you're there, man, and I've seen that with my own two eyes, and I respect that and salute it. And not only do I respect and salute it, I'm gonna let you get back to your story because I didn't mean to cut you off. But
Yeah, no.
you broke that cycle, and that needs to be recognized and paid more respect to in as far as you stepping in and doing that because that was an easy out for you.
Yeah,
You're like, well,
it's
my
true.
father wasn't there, so I'm not going to be there either. It's an easy out, and you have an excuse actually set up for you to just be like, well, that's why I wasn't there because look what happened to me. But I
Yeah,
salute you for stepping up, and we'll
yeah.
get into that too.
Likewise,
But
my brother.
but go ahead, back to your
Likewise,
upbringing.
my brother. Yeah, that's what that song, that video, new shit that we're gonna watch later is all about. You
Mm,
know,
mm,
just my journey as a father. Because honestly, this world is so complex, man. This life is so complex. The way I look at things, we're all in our own walk of life. We're all making our own decisions every day.
facts.
Um, I don't take nothing away from my dad not being there, you know, because for the time that he was there, he showed me nothing but love. At the
Dope.
end of the day, I look at my dad and I can smile. He's gone now, and we'll get into that.
Rest in
But
peace.
rest in peace. Yeah. He gave me his heart of gold, though. The reason I have the love that I have and this just, it's like a monster inside that just the world needs to see.
Dope.
I think it's because of him, because he has so much love to give. And the one flaw that he had was that he was an addict. You know what I mean?
Mm,
It happens, you know,
yeah,
people
yeah.
all get caught up in different ways in the game. And, you know, it ended up happening to him. But what he didn't do with me, he tried to do better in his later life, first of all. And second of all, he did with my little sister for the time that he was allowed with her, before he passed, he raised her on his own, basically,
Dope.
Until things got a little harder in her later life. But yeah, it's just a struggle that I feel like people can relate to and not enough people talk about.
Right. And it needs to be.
It's a lot of that
Yeah.
that I've gone through, not just, the trauma with the dad not being there, but like family trauma, what I
Right.
mean? Trying to trust the right people,
Right.
just being verbally and mentally abused as a kid
Yeah.
in different ways,
Yeah, man.
it happens. So I see it on a daily basis. You can go to
Right.
CVS and see it happen today if you really,
Right. Right.
pay attention. But that's the type of stuff that I touch on and vibe with, and I just channel all that energy and put it right in my music. And me and my team came out with God's Timing, and it just kind of depicts, love, struggle, heartbreak, triumph, just the whole God's timing. I
Love it.
tried to depict it as best as I could.
Love it. Love it. So your team. Speaking of your team, is it what? Let's get into that a little bit. Does it consist of like people you grew up with? Was it a crew thing? Was it because my team I grew up with, that went to school with a couple of guys, and then we just became a crew, and it wasn't a gang, and we made that very clear. It wasn't a gang thing. It was a crew. We was a crew, and I think the people don't understand it. Some people don't understand the difference. Like, you know what I mean? And some people don't even understand what a gang is, first of all.
Nobody
Because
does their homework.
yeah, they kind of got that misconstrued. So if you don't even understand what a gang is, you can't understand the difference between a gang and a crew, right? But we was just a crew. We just hung tight, did everything together. Wasn't walking around looking for trouble and starting nonsense here and there. No, we was a crew. We had each other's backs. We was just chilling. We just did our thing. And
Brotherhood.
how about you? How about you? How did that come about? And what's the crew's name? And how did you guys end up forming together?
So, to be completely honest with you, my crew is really just my circle. My circle of people is just the people that I love and trust. You know what I mean? And it's really mainly family members, like my cousin Lewis, my cousin Felix. Those are my two go-tos, you know what I mean? I have a few friends, a few acquaintances that are real close to me, but that's my team, but as far as the music goes, I'm very versatile, and I'm really I'm like a one-man wrecking crew. I just try to put all the pieces together. Now, you can't do anything by yourself. Don't get me wrong. I have very valuable pieces to my team. My engineer, Eddie, mixed by Dreadhead. He's done so much for me. He's helped me bring out my artistry. I don't want people to get that misconstrued.
Absolutely.
It's not that you can do it by yourself. It's just, can you put all the pieces together? I feel like I work almost like a label on my own, but I'm just not on that platform yet. You know what I mean? I don't have that following. I don't have the buzz just yet, but I'm gonna just keep being me and keep being authentic and keep putting the pieces together.
That's all you can do, and it'll work out because you're doing that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like when you do that, like you stay real to yourself, and that's really the only way. And honestly, you can do it other ways, but is it gonna last? Is it longevity in that? Because then you're not even being somebody who you really are. You know what I mean? And I do love your spirit, man. You're very mellow. You're very, just under control. You're very under control. You don't seem
Cool,
rattled.
collected.
Yeah, you don't seem rattled. I love it though, and I don't know. I
used to get the ball at the end of the game, man.
I feel like I relate to it. Now, did you play sports? Is the question.
I did. I didn't do nothing crazy with it.
Okay.
I played at Southbridge High. I was the captain of the basketball team.
B-ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was nice. I used to have some game before. Shit, I just let it go. I became
you look like you might have had a little bit of game. You look kind of tall.
I still got it.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'4".
I'm 6'4".
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got the height.
The first time we met face to face at that tournament over the summer, we stood right next to each other. Just
right.
each other up.
That was a pretty dope tournament too, by the way.
It was. That was a great tournament, and you guys did a really, really good job of keeping it under wraps, because I don't know what it is about figures like you, man.
Could have got out of
You
control.
say
real quick.
something and people just, all right, we're gonna chill out.
It could have got out of control real quick.
Yeah, but DeMarr, you came over and people just gravitate to it, you know.
But I think that comes from just being authentic and and being around a long time. Obviously, I'm an OG at this point in my life, and being around a long time and just not being a knucklehead, like obviously the people I run with, the crew that I ran with, I have to give them some of that too, because we always had respect. Like there was certain people that didn't like us for whatever reasons, but we always had respect from pretty much everybody. And even now, the people that we grew up that didn't like us, we have respect for them. I see them, they see me. It's like, yo, it's good. And it's a mutual respect because they understand, like, we wasn't them knuckleheads. We wasn't going around looking for trouble. Trouble found us sometimes, naturally, but we wasn't going around looking for trouble. So I think a little bit of all of that mixed in, being around such a long time, just not being a knucklehead, and people knowing that when I say something, like, I mean it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's really what it boils down to. Like, and I love everybody, bro. I'm just gonna keep it a rag. I love people, man. You know what I'm saying? I love people. I'm a people person. I want to see the best. I want to see you go to the top. And if I can help, trust, and believe.
Same way I am, man. That's the same way everyone should be.
I will lend a hand. I will introduce you to somebody. And a lot of times that got me into some stuff where I'm like, damn, I try to introduce you to somebody and get you guys on the same page. And sometimes it goes astray. And it's like, well, made me reel back. I got to take care of myself. So my advice to you is keep being yourself, man. Keep being authentic, man. Put you first in everything you do, man. And take care of your family. And I feel like you're doing all of those things. So just keep grinding, Jack. Let me see. What's my next question here? How about you got a clothing line, huh?
I do, man. I do. I actually got it right here. It's Timeless Society.
Timeless Society. Now tell me, first of all, I love it, right? Because Timeless Society speaks for itself, the phrase, right? And then you got the time, the salt time. I used to have one of those back in the days, and I was just so intrigued by it. I never even really knew what it meant, right? I was just like, because I was young and I would just take it and I'll flip it over and I'll just watch it and watch all the sand just going down. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty dope. I didn't even know what it actually meant. I didn't know it was actually keeping time, right? When I was young. But so that's a dope logo, first of all, right? And dope phrase. But where did it originate from, and what's the meaning behind it, in as far as your standpoint?
So Timeless Society, man. Yo, I feel like the word timeless is what I am trying to brand myself with. You know, I'm just trying to withstand the test of time with everything that I'm doing. So Timeless Society came to me while I was working at Verizon like 2-3 years ago. I was just doodling or something, and I was thinking about it, trying to really get it going and stuff. It was during the artist development stage. Hadn't even really put any music out.
Right.
And one of my coworkers helped me draw it, and I ended up just getting one of my boys. His name's Jordan. He's out in LA actually doing his thing, Silverback Recordings in LA. Shout out to Silverback.
Shout out to Silverback. Shout out to Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan King, man. He's a living legend. He's an independent artist that really does it. He's from out here. He's got fam from where I'm from, you know, so that's fam too, you know. Definitely got to shout that out because he came up with the design. He basically took the image out of my head and just put it into a design. And that's the Timeless Society logo you see today.
Dope. So now, with the meaning behind it, Timeless Society, is there because when I think timeless, I already know timeless. And honestly, timeless fits you because when I did music originally, I'm like, yo, when I pass on and I'm gone, my family, my kids, whoever that was, when they listen to this, they'll know where I was at mentally and what I was thinking and what I was going through. And so that music is timeless, bro, in that sense. So timeless fits you. You're doing music when, God forbid, when the time comes, your music will always be there for your people to listen to. They can still hear your voice, right? Right. God rest my people's soul. My best friend, his mother passed, right? And just think in my mind now, I'm just thinking, what if she did music? He would always be able to hear her voice, right? Like always be able to still hear that voice. And he's having a rough time, and that's my brother. So, I'm supporting him through it and everything. But this just crossed my mind right now. Like, what if
it's crazy? It's crazy that crosses your mind, man, because that's one of the main reasons why I put my mom on the intro. And not to interrupt you, by the way.
No, you're good.
Man, I had to get my mom in the studio. The intro to God's Timing is called God's Time. And it basically starts off with a prayer that my mom does in Spanish. And it's basically any prayer you would hear at a Sunday service that's in Spanish,
Wow.
It's very typical, but it's just her praying for her son in such a loving way. Like if you understand Spanish and you listen to that, you feel that, And there's a reason why I did that, like I got Proverbs 31:10 on my arm. And I'm telling you, today's a beautiful day. I'll start with this. Ready? This morning, just like me and you met when I worked at Spectrum and you gave me that call, when I first ever gave you your props for being who you are. This was when Makai was at Providence College still.
Yeah, he was at PC going through
while ago.
Going through it.
This is when we worked at Spectrum together. I met you the same way. I get a call today because I'm still doing that call center work too, because having a 9 to 5 is cool, fellas.
Right.
But I get a call today, and a lady's email that I'm messing with is Proverbs 31 lady. Now I got Proverbs 31 tattooed on my arm for my mom. Proverbs 31:10 in Spanish goes, Mujer fuerte quien la hallará, porque su estima sobrepuje largamente a la de piedra preciosa. And what that basically means is a woman's strength is so virtuous, it's as precious as the most precious diamonds in the world. And I got that because my mom, got sick when I was younger, and I almost lost her, man. Like this is part of the testimony,
Wow.
She went from like 140 to like 81 pounds in a matter of like a month and a half, bro. She had a big tumor in her stomach, like big, and her pancreas. And I don't know if you remember who Gene Upshaw is. You remember Gene Upshaw?
Know that
Played for the Raiders back in the day.
I know that last name, Upshaw. Yeah, I do know that.
NFL player. I remember watching on TV that same year. He died of the same thing my mom had. And I still think about it to this day. It's eerie to me. This grown ox of a man succumbed to pancreatic cancer. And my little 5'4" Spanish Bob eating beans and rice every other day.
Thugged it out.
Here in Worcester, Mass.
Salute.
Thank God, my mom made it. And when my mom got sick, that's when the biggest influence in God came in my life. I told God, actually, it's funny. I was playing Pop Warner football for the first time in the Worcester Vikings.
Okay.
The Southbridge, and the Worcester Vikings was a problem, right?
Yeah,
You're from the 508. The Worcester Vikings are the best Pop Warner football team around here. They came in. My team, I come from a small town. We only have 15 players. My coach calls me. He's like, George, I need you. We only have 15 players. We got a forfeit. We need 16. I was like, Coach, my mom's laying in the bed right now, bro.
Wow.
Like my mom's literally, the whole family's around her right now, bro. And this is a Pee-wee Pop Warner football game.
Right. It's not like high school. It's not like college.
Exactly. And he completely understood. And I was under so much pressure. I ended up eventually going to the game. Wow. And we ended up playing. We got spanked like 26-0. But I swear, I was playing safety. I had like at least 8 tackles.
Just getting busy.
I was not letting anything get by me. You know what I mean? It was just one of those days. And like, I'm just tapping into those feelings now because I'm a very like in the moment person. And that's what I wanted to do with this interview too. I wanted to kind of give my audience a chance to see who VOG really is. I'm just a human being out here that's trying to show you guys it's cool to be you. It's cool to be the person.
I'm glad I can help you get that message out, man. I'm glad I can help you get that message out. And I'm honored, man, to be doing this with you, bro. Like, I really love your spirit, bro. I'm not going front. Like, I do. I can sense it. You know what I'm saying? I love your spirit. And the music is dope. And you have the opportunity to take it to the next level, as long as you just continue to evolve, continue to grow, continue to be you. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't change for nobody, man. That's the one thing that I would tell artists coming up. And for whatever reason, I feel like that might have been my downfall. I think I was a little too stubborn, but I wouldn't change it for the world, bro. Like I still like my music. I go back and listen to. That's what I was going through at the time. You know what I mean? And I'm not ashamed of it. And neither should anybody else who's keeping it 1,000% in their music. So whatever you're doing, either it's gonna work or it's not, right? But if you do something, like there's a lot of people doing things outside of music so their music will be relevant. Like people are like, it's publicity stunts going on and all types of things. People are just doing stuff just to do it. I think people are actually staging like I don't want to say like going to war with each other, but like beefing.
Rap battles and stuff. Yep.
People are
Oh, it
staging,
happens.
people are
It
staging
happens
like
out there.
beefs. Because if you think about it, like when a couple of people beef, all of a sudden their album is dropping like the next week or whatever.
Yep,
And it's
that's
like,
true.
wasn't he just beefing with homie over here? And he was just beefing. Now they both got an album coming out, and it's the numbers they're trying to do numbers. So, and I'm not saying don't do that. I'm just saying just keep it authentic with yourself in the music. Even if you are doing those publicity stunts to get whatever, because people are going to do whatever they're going to do. And I can't knock it. Whatever works for you, put money in your pocket, feed your family, right? Whatever you're doing. But
I agree with
just
that.
in the music, keep it authentic though.
Yeah,
Right?
that's the name of my game, man. Authenticity is always going to be present in what I do. You know, I don't feel the need to follow a wave. I'm the type to create my own wave. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna create that wave with positivity, man. Just you can hear my music and kind of feel that like negative vibe from the music because it's jumpy and stuff. But if you really listen, there's a message in everything that I'm saying, and
So
you can use it.
are you looking for a label deal? And like let's say it presents itself. Is that something you're looking for? Are you looking to would you like your dream deal? Like some people right now, they only want marketing and promotion. Some people they like, yo, I would love to just sign with Sony or whoever, Universal or whatever. What's your dream deal?
My dream deal, I'll tell you right now, my dream deal is if J. Cole somehow found my shit and wanted to sign me to Dreamville, I would sign to Dreamville
Yo,
in a split
yo,
second, just to be able to soak that up and maybe even get a couple songs with him and stuff. Like I feel like
yo.
that's my lane right there. You know, I just want to be influential, impactful. I don't want, you know,
Cold,
what's gonna
cold
come with it is
world.
gonna come with it. You know what I mean? But and we
Cold.
all love luxury and stuff like that. Of
Yeah,
course, I'm gonna go pay my
yeah,
mom's mortgage. Of course, I'm
yeah.
gonna go put her in a Sadies or
She
something. You
don't gotta
know,
worry.
when it all
Everything.
comes.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the foundation, while I'm setting this foundation, it's coming from a great place as far as the intention. And you know, I feel like I'm gonna get these blessings because God knows I'm gonna do right by him. You know.
So leads me to my next question. I think I already got my answer by that. The answer to that question: collaboration. The
Mm.
collaboration that you want and that you would whatever do whatever for. What would it be?
Mm. So if I had to exclude J. Cole from this,
Okay, okay. So
uh,
J Cole's the answer, but
J. Cole would be the answer. I would love to
okay,
do a track with J. Cole. There's so many artists I would do tracks with.
right.
I would love to
But
do a track
so
with.
exclude J Cole. I like how you did that. That was dope. So exclude J Cole from that equation, and who would the artist be? Because J Cole's the answer to that question.
If I really had to pick, who would I want to make a song with? Honestly, I would want to make a song with either Jay-Z or Kanye, because those
Oh,
are just catalogs that it's
can't
second
go
to
wrong. You
none. You
can't
know what
miss.
I
You
mean?
can't
Like
miss. You can't miss with those. With
that's
those
like
two.
having a Michael Jackson record. You know what I mean? Like
In
those are
hip hop,
big.
it's definitely like having an MJ record,
Those are
boy.
big. Those are big. You know, and those are just numbers wise as far as like what I would choose. But me, my personal preference, man, I wouldn't mind hopping in the studio with like a Andre 3000 or like or even like a Lauryn Hill or Wyclef. You know what I mean? Like just come up with some dope Common, like dope, just raw stuff. I love the raw.
A lot of people know this. Some people don't. So I'm gonna say it. Nas is my guy, bro.
Nas is my guy too.
Nas is my guy. Nas is my.
If Nas called, just know it might go down.
If Nas called you, you need to call me.
Yo, we're pulling up.
I'll take an 8-bar verse on that. All right, I just want 8.
Man.
I'll do the hook.
I'll be fine. Hey, we'll see. I mean, I'm a big believer in myself, man. I feel like one day it's all gonna come to fruition.
I love that, and I think what you should do is you should reach out to Dreamville, man. I think this is my advice to you. I'm giving you live advice right now, and I'm gonna give you a little backstory real quick, and why I think you should reach out to Dreamville. I think you should reach out to Dreamville. I think you should. I don't know what you're cooking up right now, but I'm gonna ask you that next. But whatever you're cooking up right now, I think you should know maybe before you even release it. I think you should just package up like 2, 3, 4 songs or whatever. Just shop it and send it to them. Like, and don't shop it to everybody, but shop it to people that you wanna link with, and just shop it to them, and just wait a minute, and then if whether you hear back or not, because you know how it goes. Maybe you don't, maybe you do. If you do, then set up an interview and see what happens. If you don't, then drop it and let the chips fall where they may. My thing is, it's a win-win situation for you at that point, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you a quick story about me, because it's an interview and ain't about me, but I want to tell you a quick story about me because it falls in line with that. So I was doing music, you know what I'm saying, years ago, and I was just doing a dolo, kind of like you, and I was like, damn, I want to try to get this buzzing. And being the basketball guy that I am, my guy from New Bedford that I grew up with, he created a clothing line. He trains kids. It was called Basketball Money. That's the name of the line. Shout out to my man Marcus Wills. Shout out to Basketball Money. He's still grinding to this day. He got daughters that are playing overseas, and other ones playing Division I. It's my brother. It's my brother. So I did a song for him. He was like, yo, D, I need a song for my joint. Because he knew I did the music. Man. So he's like, I need a song. So I did a song.
For a second.
Huh?
You hear me?
You got me?
I lost you for just a quick second. Yep, I got you.
Okay. So he needed a song. He was like, yo, D, I want a song. I need a song for my line. I want a song to promote my clothing line and my business. And I was like, oh, I bet. He was like, yo, I'm gonna hook you up with this producer. I'm gonna have him send you some beats. He hooked me up with this producer from Atlanta called Drugs. His name is Drugs. Shout out to Drugs. He is hey, I might have to link you with him too. He is an animal. So he sent me a couple beats. I picked this one beat. I was like, oh, this is the one. I wrote a track to Basketball Money. And I was like, yo, Marcus, I'm gonna help you promote this Basketball Money joint. He was like, what are you gonna do? I said, I'm gonna try to get it to like 2K. So I picked up the phone and I called 2K, and I was like, boom, boom, boom. I figured out the numbers. I called him. I was like, yo, it was like, what's up? I was like, I got a track that I want to go on 2K. I think it was 2K like 15 at the time. It's 2015. I was like, I got a track that I want to go on 2K15. And it was like, okay, send it here, boom, 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 and then send your number in. So I did it. I emailed it, boom, sent my number. They called me back and was like, yo, we like this song. We may want to feature it on 2K15, blah, blah, blah. But who are you? I was like, well, I'm the artist. And it was like, oh, well, we don't talk to the artist. We need to talk to your manager. I didn't have a manager at the time. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have my manager get in touch with you. Hung up the phone. I called like 12 people. I was like, yo, I need you to be my manager. Now you don't know it? All right, yo, I need you to be my manager. I called my peoples that worked for 94.5, and I was like, yo, I need you to be my manager. It's like, all right, what do you want me to do? I'm like, yo, call this, boom, boom, boom. It's like, DeMarr, this is dumb. It's not gonna work. I was like, just do it. I'm with the phone. They called back. My people was calling me back. It was like, yo, they called me back and they said that they wanted. I'm like, yo, calm down. Now you all hype. I'm like, calm down. So let's do it. Long story short, it never happened, man. We dropped the ball. But what I'm saying is, you gotta have a manager. I don't know who it is. It might be your man. You said you got family that run in your circle, right? So I'm just giving.
My man's Eddie. He really
Oh,
manages a
so you
lot
do
of
have
what
a
I'm
manager.
doing right now.
Okay.
Yeah, he be managing what I do right now.
You gotta have a
helps me with
manager
everything.
and put your manager on to reaching out to Dreamville and make calls for you and emails for you and shoot this to them, man. And you just never know where that could go, bro. So that's my advice for you. I went in a long roundabout way to give you that advice, but that's what it is, bro.
Take
So
it, man. Trust me.
so is there anything else you would like to cover? First of all, tell the people where they can find you, like on social media platforms,
Okay.
and any way to find you.
Okay, so basically, I'm on IG, Timeless VOG. You can find my artist page on Facebook. It's v.o.g. I'm on Twitter, Timeless VOG. Right now, you can find my EP, God's Timing. It's on all streaming platforms. You just look up God's Timing by v.o.g. And if you just go to timelesssocietybrand.com, you can find all this information, links to everything, all my latest content. Again, that's timelesssocietybrand.com. Go show some love. I got some beautiful hoodies on there. I got some really good stuff on there that
Go
you might be able
support
to
that.
use.
Go support
dope.
that, man. This yo,
Here
I love
grinding.
it. I love it. So now Georgie Rivera is the name. Now, if they want to find you on YouTube, how do they find you on YouTube? Is it v.o.g?
Yep. So I have the old EP on YouTube. If you just look up the God's Timing EP, the God's Timing EP by VOG. You'll see a bunch of videos on there that'll have every song. And I also have the new shit video on there. If you just type in new shit video, v.o.g, it'll come up. I got a few other pieces of content on my YouTube channel. If you just go look up Timeless VOG, it'll pop right up.
Dope. So your work that you've been doing so far, you got like what 5, 6, 7 videos out so far?
Well, I got like 6 songs out right now. I just put out an EP to kind of, set some type of foundation for myself.
Right.
Right now, I'm working on videos for the EP. I'm gonna drop them, little by little throughout 2022. And hopefully by the end of 2022, I'll have something different for you guys as far as a project or something put together. But it's gonna be singles and videos all year.
Dope.
And collabs.
That's
We're doing
the
collabs
goal.
all year.
Force feed them, bro. You know what I mean?
That's the plan. Right now, I just got into a car accident like less than a month ago. So I got rear-ended bad, man, and somebody totaled my car and everything. So I just been laying low, letting the little bit of content I got out gain some traction and stuff. I'm just getting started.
Right.
But little by little, we're gonna build off of that. Like I said, I got a few videos coming this year that should open some eyes. So stay tuned to VOG.
We're gonna let them see one before we part, but I do have one more question. For you, and it might lead to another question because that's how my questions go. They like segues.
Love it.
How long have you been actually doing music?
So music.
Go ahead.
Music. I've been doing music for it's been 15 years actually. 15 years.
Wow.
Started off in church, I started playing.
That's what I was gonna ask. Where to start?
Yeah. Started off in church, I started playing the bass guitar for a church that I used to go to. That's a whole other story as well. I got blessed with the bass. My mom went to go buy it for me. Somebody saw her and he ended up having a son who played the bass and he passed away tragically. And his dad donated the bass that I ended up playing with for the next like 8 years, man.
Do you still play the bass?
I play the bass. I can still play the bass just fine.
You still play it, but you don't.
I don't have that bass anymore though.
Oh, you don't have that bass, but you can still play.
Yeah, I can still play. I can still play for sure.
Do you read music or do you just freestyle it?
I can read music, and I mostly play by ear. I taught
Wow.
myself to play by ear.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're telling me right now, and I'm shooting this out there, I'm putting this in the atmosphere right now. You're telling me if we ever did something live, you could actually be the bass.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. Okay. I'm just shooting that out there because listen, opportunities present themselves and you just never know.
Got to be prepared, man.
You just
That's all.
never know where things are gonna go. So yeah, man. Is there anything else you want to share with the people, man? Because this is all about you. I know I talked a little bit, but that's just because I'm feeling the vibe, man. Usually
Sure,
I don't think I usually talk as much during my interviews, but I'm feeling the vibe, man. And I'm definitely gonna stay in touch, and we're definitely gonna touch base on some other things. And if I can help you in any way, that's what I'm here for. And we already spoke about, the people that we are. And if I can help anybody get to that next level to where they want to be, then so be it. I don't mind giving up my connects. I got a couple artists that I deal with that might be dope to collaborate with. And
Yeah.
matter of fact, my artists from Worcester, Blacks Peak, they are planning on doing some live shows soon. And
Okay.
my guy Dibs, he loves the bass. So you and him would be like, if I
Say no
introduce you,
more.
I introduce you to him, it'll be like, yo, just play that, and then it'll be over. But
See what the vibes
never
is.
know. That's why I asked that question. It's all strategic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not just asking just to ask it, because it could definitely open up some
Love
avenues. But
That's the way it should be, man.
anything else you want to tell the people about you that you think we might have missed?
Honestly, man, I just would like to give the people an opportunity now, to see what I'm doing. And I really don't need support in a sense where like I need you to share my stuff or anything like
Right.
that. But it's just
Right.
mostly, tune in, take a look, because eventually you're gonna look regardless. So we're
I'll
here
be
to
at your
stay,
face.
and we're gonna make this happen. And the whole reason behind this is to help change lives from here, specifically the 508. I'm just
So
trying to show people that we could do it big from right here, and hopefully the future looks bright for all of us, right?
dope. I'm about to share this screen. I'm about to share this video, and then after the video, we'll touch back. I'll tell you how much I enjoyed it, and I keep it 1,000. So I'll tell you if I didn't enjoy it too, right? But I'm gonna tell you how much I enjoyed it because I already watched it.
Well, then you already know VOG.
And I already
Like,
know voice of God, it's undeniable, man. That name in itself is undeniable. So, yo, I love what you're doing, man. I salute it. But I'm gonna play this video for the people. Give me 2 seconds to load it up. I'm gonna play this video for the people. Oh, look at that, already loaded up. I'm gonna give it to him. I'm gonna give it to him, and then I'm gonna join back with you and just we'll chop it up. You got no noise over there, but if there's any background noise on your side, you can mute so the people can
I
hear.
got you.
Nah, you don't have to, because it's pretty quiet over there. So
Yeah, it is pretty quiet. My girl in the.
I'm a blow the screen up and I'm gonna share it. If you hear any glitching or anything over here on my end, just show me a wave and I'll fix it on my end. Yes, sir.
What's up, bro? What's up, my guy? You staying busy, bro? Yeah, we staying busy, bro. Staying busy, trying to get that 9 to 5 life, Bro, well, if you're trying to get some money on it, hit me up, bro. I got you. Yeah, we made a lot of money together, huh? But nah, bro, I'm trying to change my life. I'm trying to go a different route. I'm on some new shit. No, I feel you, bro. But nigga, shit gets hot, bro. You know what time it is, bro? I know what to call. I got you, though. I think it's a game.
On some new shit. Started off with nothing, always knew this. I'm the one had to double up like 2, bitch. For all them tough times, we been through shit. I'm on some new shit. Every time I hit the booth, I tell the truth, bitch. I just prove it to myself, ain't gotta prove shit. Cause every single day my skills improving. I'm on some new shit. Not the type to come and hit you with the full clip. I used to want the Cardi with the blue shit. Now I just want to stack and never lose shit. I'm on some new shit. I'm just trying to build upon this pulpit. Why y'all love to talk and never do shit? I'm a nigga with an attitude, Ice Cube shit. Look, I'm on some new shit now. But I told y'all nigga, I'm on some new shit now. What you mean? They wanna see you with a frown, I just turn it upside down. I done came a long way. Gotta make my daughter proud. Gotta go and touch a cloud. Gotta go and show them how to get about this town. Go ahead and find your crown. I just gotta lead the way. So just follow me today. I believe we all kings. We about a ring away. Just ask LeBron. He been steady putting on for the city that he from ever since he was a young king. Doing young king shit. I ain't never need a hand. I just built it by the brick. Now I know why they love me, cause a young king lit. Gotta pass it to my daughter, keep the young queen hip. No, your dad will never split. Look, I'm on some new shit now. Thought I told y'all. I'm on some new shit now. LG. Let's get it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Emma. Happy birthday to you.
Make a wish, kid. Hey! Now take some frosting and put it on daddy's face. Light it up. Go ahead.
Big chunk.
Go ahead.
Look.
It's supposed to be the other way around though. So there you go.
Cake
Literally.
Cake fight. Get daddy. Put in daddy's face. Put in daddy's face. Put in daddy's face. Put it back in his face.
Three.
No, can I do it first?
All right, go ahead. Man, that baby's nasty. That baby's smaller than yours. Look back. Look at the camera. Joe Marie.
Joe Marie. Hi. Is that good?
It's my guy.
Hey, Body, my guy.
Have fun, yo.
Authenticity at its finest, man.
Have
Let me
fun,
see your shirt.
bro.
Let me see your shirt.
Yo.
I love your son.
This was the best moment
It's
ever.
all about the kids, man. I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna pause it. Yo, it's all about the kids, man. And that is phenomenal, bro. Like, yo, I watched that video and oh, hey, Mike, come on, talk to me, Mike.
Jump on, man.
Talk to
Wilfredo
me, Mike.
Pagan in the video? That's phenomenal, man. That's my guy right there. That's a sick video, bro. I couldn't let that pass. I had to jump in, man. Phenomenal. Yo, Wilfredo Pagan is one of the best men I've ever met in my entire life. Like,
Yeah.
Not only is he that, he's badass in the ring, man.
You said, Mike, he was tied in with the boxing scene, right?
Yeah, he had a bunch of the boxes that we've had on. I didn't expect Wilfredo. You know what's awesome? Where's Wilfredo's share of that? I didn't know he's in rap videos. That dude is phenomenal, man.
It's the algorithm. It's the algorithm messing with us.
I love it. Yeah, I'll tell you, when I hear the word Southbridge, I think of Wilfredo immediately because I don't know many people
Awesome,
out
man.
there, but
That's a
phenomenal,
good
man.
thing because he represents Southbridge very well. That's one of my brothers. You know, he showed me a lot of love. He put my my Timeless Society logo on his pants for his last fight,
That
which he
is
won,
where I
by the
saw it.
way. Which
Did
he
you-
won, by the way. He won
He-
both those fights.
He did, bro. So last Wednesday, Wednesday nights, we do the boxing pod, and he was on last week. We had, I think, 6 people on screen. everybody said he won the fight, you know? Yeah, phenomenal, man. Yeah, I love Wilfredo, man. He did win that fight.
We got another boxer coming out of Southbridge. It's one of my brothers. His name's Josue Mason.
I seen that.
Keep an eye out on Josue Mason. He's putting the work in, man. And trust me, this kid's gonna be a problem at 135. Trust me.
I seen that. There's a couple of good guys coming out of Southbridge.
Ortiz.
508.
Jermaine Ortiz. He's been really putting the work in for, like, you know what? He's part of that circle too. You know what I mean? That I was talking with DeMarr about. And about a year or two ago, we all just decided, listen, we're really gonna do it. And if you see, now we're all putting that work in, and you know, God is good.
J.O. is the man. J.O. is getting another W, I think, this month. It's the 18th of February in Orlando. Man, he's another one, man. He's a beast. Kid successful with everything that he does.
He's a monster.
Love everything about it.
I had to jump in for that. I'm gonna let you guys finish up, but
yeah, we wrapping up, man. You can stay for the end of this, Mike, man.
I mean, I don't want to interrupt, but I did.
You good, man. This is my partner. This is my partner right here, man. This is my guy right here, man. I'm telling you, he keeps my fire lit, man. And you know, I'm ambitious, but I'm gonna tell you, this guy right here, he is ambitious. So
we're getting, man. We're doing the same thing. We're bringing positive things, man. No negativity. There's no need for it, you know. I mean, we keep it real, but that's what it is.
That's why this is perfect. So I see you got AB in there. I see you was in Worcester a lot in there. Did you ever live in Worcester?
I did. My daughter and her family's from Worcester. I lived out there for like 5-6 years. You know, I got a little acclimated with the scene while I was out there. And I got a lot of friends from Southbridge that are just in the music scene, in a lot of scenes out in Worcester. You know, I feel like as much as Southbridge doesn't want to admit it, we are a suburb of Worcester. You know what I mean? So like, we're from here, you know what I mean? I'm not one of them rah guys before. Maybe when I was playing for the Pioneers, but I know more.
Because Southbridge, I'm not gonna lie, Southbridge was kind of getting it popping there for a little stretch.
A lot of people, you know, Southbridge gets a bad rap. If you from Southbridge, you know that Southbridge is a good place to raise your kids. It's real quiet.
It is quiet. But there was some people out there that was trying to get it.
Yeah. It gets chippy. It's the bottom. It's still the bottom. It's still the ghetto.
I went out there a few times. I was like, oh, this little hood.
We get chippy. But it's like as suburb as a ghetto could get, man.
Yeah. It's very close to Webster, which is kind of the same thing, man. As you go,
exactly.
Wait,
those little big.
I gotta use that. It says suburb as a ghetto could get. I like that.
Exactly, man. You can patent that. I'll let you have that.
I like that. But I see you had AB. In the video. Yep. That's your man, right? That's your guy.
AB's my guy. Yeah. We go back a little bit. You know, I've been showing AP love forever. He's another one of these inspirations that we talked about. Let me go down my list of inspirations of 508 talent. Ralph Way, man. I hope my guy Ralph Way sees this and knows, like, I'm waiting on you to drop some music, bro. You're a beast. Tyshawn Dion that you've had on this podcast, man. Beast.
That's my guy.
Beast. Just absolute beast. Nothing but respect for that guy. I think Kel's the Chifa. He's a great artist out of here that's really making moves. That I just really like his sound and his style. You know, I think he could really do something with it. And there's a few youngins out there that, you know, I might not really agree with what y'all rapping about, but I see y'all. Y'all nice, but let's just play nice out here. You know what I mean? Let's spread love and positivity. Y'all fighting a beef that, you know, you don't need to fight, man. We could put these down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We could all make money together. You know what I mean?
I really enjoyed this, man. I told you this was highly anticipated for me. And, you know, everything happens for a reason. Everything has its timing. And we've been trying to get this done for a couple of days now. It lingered out, right? And now we finally got it done. And it was definitely not even what I expected. It was more than what I expected and anticipated. So, I really appreciate you, bro. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your spirit. I appreciate your music. And I appreciate you shouting out some local guys that are with you, that are grinding and that are trying to get to the next level, because people don't do that, man. It's always about all the people that are already up there and all this, shout out this one, shout out that. Like, bro, you don't even know them. I really respect that. You just shout out some guys that are, you know, around this area trying to get to that next level. And you're doing the same exact thing. So that shows a lot about your character, man, and who you are. And like I said, I love your spirit. I love that you're mad mellow.
And let me just say, not to interrupt you, let me just say, I definitely missed a lot, man. I could go for days and
Absolutely.
let you know. There's a lot of lights out here. Danny fans, the whole SCR, Staying Capital movement, man. There's so much beauty out here. If I'll just look, there's a lot of diamonds in the rough out here, including, myself. And that's what this interview is for. That's the purpose of us doing this, man. I'm happy that we did this too.
Good shit,
Not to be. God's timing.
I'm happy that we made it happen. Thank you for everything, man. Thank you for being you, man. VOG, man. If you don't know now, you know, man. Go get that album. Every time he drops, go support him, man. You know what I mean? He's positive. He's for the people and for the kids. And you know, I love the kids, man. It's all about the kids. They're the future, man. So I love what you're doing, man. Salute to you, Mike. Salute to you too.
You know, my man.
VOG, good luck with everything, man. Anything you ever need, man, I'm gonna call away. You got my number, you got my email, you got Facebook, whatever. However you can get at me, get at me. If I can help you, I'm gonna help you.
We're gonna take it to the top. Just know that.
Love, bro.
Love.
Guys, have a great night. Thank you, Georgie.